Chapter 5, Magnetize Lockdown. Min was on the floor. It was a very busy night. He was daydreaming when a shot went past his head. It wasn't a bullet, it was a laser. Fan knelt down low and froze. Magnetize lockdown, he said, and every dollar, chip, and card froze in mid-air. The machines turned off and the motorcycles slowed down until they came to a stop. None of the people were frozen, just every piece of the business was locked down by magnets. Money floated in the air. He whizzed around to see where the shot came from, and the crowd dispersed and ran for the exits, except for those that were winning. They hid under the tables for when the action resumed and they could collect. Fan ducked as more shots were fired at him. He rolled and pressed a button on his watch, which put a clear body shield around him. He pressed another button on his watch, and he was given an invisible, circular shield for his left arm. He pulled an object from his side, pushed it, and it grew and transformed into a huge laser gun. Fan's gun was the coolest thing ever seen. He charged it up and went after his attacker. People scrambled out of the exits. AK shot at him 4 times, but Fan raised his arm, and the rays hit his small shield and came back, but they missed AK and exploded on the walls in flames. "There you are," Fan said, and shot at him while chasing him. He could finally see him now. He shot, but AK made a jump and escaped it. He began to retreat while staying low behind objects and walls while still shooting backwards. He didn't like Fan's gun. He wasn't supposed to have one of those. He shot 3 times. 2 of them missed, but 1 struck Fan and knocked him down. But because of the body shield, it didn't injure him. He wasn't supposed to have one of those either. Fan got back up and threw a grenade the size of a pea at AK. It hit the back wall and blew up beside him. AK's body slammed against the opposite wall. He lay in a slump, blackened and still. "Why are you trying to kill me?" Fan asked in Chinese, and put the barrel of his gun against the man's face. Just then, the door opened, and 5 very important looking Antonon with armor on busted in and grabbed Fan's attacker. 2 grabbed each of his arms. 1 pointed a gun at his head. 1 kicked the gun out of AK's hand and picked the weapon up off the floor. The 5th stood and spoke to Fan. Fan backed up, still pointing his gun at the Asian man. "You're not allowed to kill halfies," the Antonon said through the translator. "Watch me," Fan said in English, and got closer to AK with the barrel. The Antonon pushed Fan back. They knew his importance as he knew theirs. "He's not your jurisdiction," one said, and they pressed the man's neck and the hologram turned off and he saw another man, a white man. It was either a clone or a half. "You're not allowed to kill him," the Antonon said through the translator. "Watch me," Fan said in English, and got closer to AK with the barrel. The Antonon pushed Fan back. They knew his importance as he knew theirs. "He's not your jurisdiction," one said, and they pressed the man's neck and the hologram turned off and he saw another man, a white man. It was either a clone or a halfie. Fan, in anger, recocked his laser machine one-handed and pointed the gun barrel in AK's face. "Where's Lily?" Fan demanded. AK smiled, a very evil smile, for he knew exactly where Lily was, and said nothing as the Antonon drug him out of the door and out of the Asian city. I love how hard Fan is bad. He is. He doesn't run away. He chases him down. Like, he's not, whoever's shooting at him, he's absolutely fearless. He comes right charging at him no matter what the guy's doing. AK has no idea that this guy's got one of those laser guns, okay? Because Antonon have all those kind of weapons. Halfies have some of those kind of weapons, and humans have none of those kind of weapons. AK's in total disbelief, and then he's got that shield, and AK's like, "Oh shit." Even when the Antonon, which is their bosses, like, he's like, you're not allowed to kill him, and Fan gets closer. He goes, "Watch me," and lunges at him. He's like, "I will kill you, dude." Like, he ain't joking. But the Antonon ended up dragging AK out, and AK's like, ha, 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 ha. They just saved his life. The Antonon saved AK's life, not fans. They saved AK, and AK's like, ha, ha. AK returned with a permanent scowl. Jeremy nodded at him. What did you expect them to do for trying to kill a human? You're lucky they even let you near her. Be grateful. But now, even if she did fall for me, I couldn't love her. I'm pretty sure she'll never give up on him. Not unless he's dead. What do you think I was trying to do, asshole? They made me impotent. I can't even dream about it now. I don't care what the Antonon and you think. I think it's a bad idea to rejoin them. He'll never turn his back on the life he's built without her. You should show her what she's up against. Try to discourage her. I don't want to be the bad guy. But you are the bad guy. You tried to kill him. Don't you dare tell her that. I already showed her. It didn't change her mind, and it didn't change her heart. Lily awoke and came out with little Joe on her shoulder. You're back, she said to AK. Well, not all of me, AK said, and Jeremy chuckled in the background. Screw you, Jeremy. I haven't been having a very good day. Did you get your energy back? Jeremy asked her, and then looked over at AK. The Antonon drained her. Oh, and I bet they loved it too. AK frowned. Don't be sad, Lily said, making little Joe talk. Hold him, AK. He's soft. I'm a guy, Lily. So? Jeremy held out his hands, and Lily smiled happily and gave him little Joe. He swiftly put him on his shoulder backwards like Lily did and turned back to face the computer screens and continued working. AK grimaced and rolled his eyes. He didn't like the cute reaction it gave Lily. Want to watch a movie? She asked AK, and he cheered right up. Sure, my mission is canceled anyway. Jeremy? She asked. No, she's always asking. Well, because she loves him. No, I have a ton of homework. I'm just getting started. Well then, Lily, would you like some wine? Would I? Jeremy looked over his shoulder at AK. Don't drink and drive, Jeremy said, and AK mouthed the words, fuck you, back at him. Jeremy smiled wide. Halfway through the movie, Jeremy buzzed Lily. You have a phone call. Fan? She asked and opened the door, but AK snatched the phone from him. Who's this? What the hell do you clones want with her anyway? She's not your jurisdiction. I don't know John Asting. John! Lily shouted. Let me talk to him. Jeremy nodded and AK gave her the phone. Lily went into her room and closed the door. John! Hello, Lily, are you all right? Yeah, they did many tests on me. But Fan's alive, John. He's here and he's alive. That's good, but they won't ever let you see him, Lily. Be glad he lives. You're not even human, Lily. You have their blood. That's bad, and it's not Antonon. Why? They're treating me well other than not letting me see him. It's trouble, Lily. More trouble. Forget about him. If you try to see him, you will die. If you try to escape, you will die. Just do whatever they want and don't resist. Save your life. I have to go. Okay, John. Call me again. Goodbye, Lily. Goodbye, John. She came out of her room and gave the phone to Jeremy. What the hell did the clone have to say? He's the one that found me and brought me here. He was just checking on me. He sounded distressed, though. I'm worried. Why? He said I'm not a halfie. You're not a halfie? That's bad news. He also said I'm not Antonon. Oh, no, Jeremy said. What? They're going to come and take you forever, and even Alejandro can't stop them.